Okay, so you've got your ServiceNow personal developer instance up and running, and you log in, and it's pretty quickly obvious that this platform can do a lot. The question isn't really, what is this thing? It's more like, okay, if I really want to learn this, where do I start? Instead of clicking around randomly or jumping straight into advanced topics, I want to show you one simple thing you can do right away that explains how most of the ServiceNow platform actually works. We're going to create a small custom database table and a couple of records, and then look at that data using lists and form views. So this isn't about becoming an expert table creator. It's about understanding the foundation of the platform, about data, how the platform provides UI tools that let you access and work with that data. And once that clicks, ServiceNow becomes a lot less mysterious. So let's start by creating something small on purpose. If you haven't already, go ahead and log into your ServiceNow Personal Developer Instance, or PDI. And from the home page, click the All in the top left to open the Application Navigator. The Application Navigator displays a list of all the applications that make up the platform. And as you can see, there are a lot of them. To help with navigation, there's a filter at the top. In the filter, type Tables. Locate and open System Definition Tables. And this displays a list of all of the tables that exist in the ServiceNow database, and there are a lot of them, nearly 6,000. Click New to create a new table. This opens a form where we start defining the table. Before we fill anything out, let's decide what this table is going to be for. Let's say we're going to create a simple table to track an inventory of books. In the label field, enter Book. This will be the display name that people will see. Notice that the name field is filled automatically as U_book. This is the system level name that ServiceNow uses behind the scenes, and the U_ prefix just tells us that this is a custom table. For now, leave everything else exactly as it is. Before we continue, let's save our work. Open the menu in the top left and click Save. Relational databases, like the one ServiceNow uses, store data in rows and columns, also called records and fields, a lot like a spreadsheet. We just created the table, which is the container that will hold the records. Next, we need to define the columns that each record will have. For this table, we'll define just 3 columns: title, author, and available status. Scroll down to the columns related list. You'll notice ServiceNow's already added several columns to our table. These are system fields that every table gets. We're going to ignore them for now and add our own. So click New. This opens a form where we define a single column on the table. We'll start with the title of the book. Every column needs a type, which describes the kind of data that it will store. In the type field, choose String, which just means text. In the column label, enter title. And in the max length field, enter 100. And then let's leave everything else exactly as it is and click Submit. Click New again. And in the type field, let's leave String selected. In the column label field, this time enter author. And let's set the max length field again to 100. And leave everything else as is and click Submit. Click New one last time. In the type field, choose True, False. True, False fields appear as checkboxes on the form. In the column label field, enter Available. Leave everything else as is and click Submit. At this point, our table's finished. Let's switch gears and actually use it. Click Submit to leave the table definition. And from here, go ahead and click the ServiceNow logo to return to the home page. Now that the table exists, we can start working with the data inside it. Because we didn't create a menu item for this table, we'll jump straight to it using a simple shortcut. In the Application Navigator filter, type U_book.list. This opens a list view for our book table. And a list view shows multiple records all at one time. Right now, the list is empty because we haven't added any records yet. Let's add one. Click New. This opens a form, which shows a single record from our table. Enter a title, an author, and an available status. And click Submit. Now we're back on the list view. You can see the record we just added. Let's add one more so this feels more real. Click New again. Enter a different title, and author, and an available status. And click Submit. Now you can see multiple records in this list. Each row here is a record, and each column matches the columns we defined earlier. If you click a record, this opens the form view for that record. So lists and forms are just two different ways of working with the same data from a database table. What we just built and used is the foundation of most of the ServiceNow platform. Incidents, requests, users, assets, they're all tables with columns and records. Most of what you do in ServiceNow is work with that data through lists and forms. And once you start to understand that, the platform begins to feel much less random. You start to see patterns. And instead of asking, what does this button do? You start thinking, what table is this working with? And that shift alone makes learning ServiceNow a lot easier and a lot more intentional. If this video helped things click, I've got many more like it on the channel, so feel free to subscribe if you're interested. In the meantime, thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.